What's up, everybody? It's Kenny here, chilling with Kenny C. Happy to have my next guest on the show from Nicholasville, Kentucky. Talented sound tech and is a fabulous musician as well. He had a big night at the Lexington Music Awards. He took on two awards, sound
Yeah.
tech and the jazz category with his fellows of Big Sugg and the Jazz Funkers. Um, Mr. Matthew Polashek is joining me right now. How's it going, man?
So far, so good, buddy. How you doing?
Good, man. It's great to have you on the show. You look like you about to play a piano or something, man.
Well, I'm in my studio, so got stuff laying
so,
around. Yeah.
so before I get to the questions, we've known each other for quite a while, mostly through mutual friends, obviously.
Yeah.
I've been to shows when you've been the main sound tech. Um, you are great.
Oh, thanks, man.
You are great. You definitely made sure that everything sounds good, the microphone, the audio, everything. Like I'm just a fan, just waiting for music to happen. But then I look at Matt like, oh, he gotta make sure everything sounds good. He gotta make sure everything's on cue. So like the fan in me, it's like, yeah, let's get some music. But then I look at Matt like, yeah, he gotta do what he gotta do. But I know we met several times, just some hellos. We haven't really have a lengthy conversation like we're
True.
about to have right now. So I'm
Yeah.
glad that we can have a lengthy conversation here tonight. Um, so before we get into your music journey and the sound tech work that you're known for, let's go back to January of this year. Lexington Music Awards. You took home two awards.
Yeah.
Just talk about that night, how it felt for you and your band to take home some awards.
Well, the band's been going for about a year now, so we got nominated, and I was pretty excited. Not gonna lie. I was like, man, I don't, we're up against some pretty good people, and I was really didn't feel like we were gonna get it. So, I had three noms, and my guitarist had two noms, and we were like, man, this is a big night for us. It's pretty exciting. Uh, and then so Gator got up and got the sound award, and I was like, all right, yeah, I figured, And then they had the win player award, and they called me up there, and I was like, man, that's great. Didn't expect that one because that's real heavy cats in that category, and so pretty excited right away. It really wasn't sure how it was going to come out, because it's just like everybody in there deserved it. It's real hard to win that and be like, oh yeah, definitely gonna get it, because you're just like, who knows? I didn't think it was going, but the band one, that's a big deal because forever I moved out here to Kentucky in 2015 and started doing sound stuff in Manchester and was just busy, always doing sound stuff. But in New York, I was playing, so out here I was kind of feeling like I really needed to play. And when pandemic hit and all this, the sound stuff got shut down, I think a lot of people kind of had a moment of epiphany where they were like, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and they rethink their lives a little bit. And I was like, I need to just really play and focus on that. And finally got where our band started going, and it was only going for like a year, but people have been real receptive to it, and it's been feeling really great on stage. A lot of great musicians in Kentucky have been really happy to play with the folks I get to play with. So when we got that award, it's like, all right, maybe I am doing the right thing, So,
Yeah,
real good.
that usually is that thing. Like you're dealing with a self-doubt, wondering if that's something you want to do long term. But
Right.
someone or something just convince you to keep going. Keep going. Something good's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I kind of went through that similar thing like
Really.
years ago. Family member died. I was like, I didn't know if I should do this or not, or keep going per se. And because of the love I got and support I got from the local music scene. It just encouraged me to keep going. Then the following year, I ended up winning an award
Yeah.
for radio DJ in 2017. So I
Mhm.
definitely feel where you're coming from, man. But I'm glad, you definitely have been well respected in the community for all of your work.
Nice.
What some of the best live shows that I've been to just so happens to be in Manchester Music Hall. Um,
Yeah.
some wild shows too. There was some very very wild shows.
Oh yeah.
So so it's just
Get
I'm
loose in there.
happy. I'm happy for you and the fellas. So yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of knew that you was a musician. I just didn't know what if you was a solo act or you was part of a band. So once I saw you on stage, wait a minute, that's Matt. He's on that band. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, man. Okay,
I'm always sitting behind
saxophone.
the
Yeah. Okay,
Nice.
I like that. So obviously one of my favorite moments of that award show is that while y'all was doing your acceptance speech, I think it was Dane, and he had a lot to say, just
Oh yeah.
encouraging everyone to support the jazz scene.
Yeah.
I've always been fond of that genre. It's very, very peaceful, good vibes with that. So that stood out to me as far as memories, moments of the award show.
Yeah.
And sometimes you gotta have that. You gotta speak up like that. Just
Mm,
let people know, like, hey, I know there's other genres out there, but jazz, we got something going too, man. So
for real.
weekends, you ain't got go check us out, man. Go check out all these musicians, man. We have something to offer too. So I'm glad Dane got up there and said what he said. So
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. He's always got something good to say. His delivery may be sometimes hard to take, but when he says something, it's got some meaning in there.
yeah,
He's got his
yeah,
head in the right spot and his heart in the right spot.
definitely came from a good place indeed.
Yep.
So shout out to everybody. So y'all been together for a year,
Yeah.
and just how would you describe the camaraderie of the band just 1 year in is together?
Yeah, well, it's been a little bit of a journey trying to find the right people to fit in a band, but Dane and I kind of come from a similar spot, and we're kind of like an old married couple. We'll be cursing each other out, and then 2 minutes later we'll be giving each other hugs. It's pretty hilarious. But we're both kind of like, we've lived in the city, we've lived in some real music scenes that are tough to play on. He was in Denver and Boston and or not Boston, Austin, and so he's been in the fire, so we kind of get each other a little bit. We understand what's going on when someone says something because, like, when I first moved out here, I was doing sound in Manchester. I would tell people stuff, and they'd be like, "What?" Would they get mad at me, and I was too aggressive or too, people just have a different way of going. In New York, they're very uh, in your face. it's, it's just how you talk. It's nothing bad. It's just the way they are. So I had to kind of dial it back. But I think Dane and I get it. We get each other when we're on each other, and it's really starting to gel now. We have a couple of drummers that we work with. They're really great. We have Bill May out of Frankfurt, just absolutely wonderful, and we have Troy Messina in there now. Really, really both solid drummers. They kind of trade off when one guy's busy or whatever, but both of them are happy and they with us, and we're happy with them, and they have their own thing that they bring to the table. And we have Ellis Waldell on bass, and he's killing it, man. He's just getting better every time I hear him. Real solid. And then we added on, um, we have Joe Linville on playing the other saxophone too, and I mean he's really coming together. Like everybody's, like you play together so much, you start to rub off on each other, and you start to hear things differently, and we can kind of predict each other's moves now. So the band gets tighter and tighter every time we play it. It's pretty exciting. That's for sure.
I definitely gotta go to these shows one day. Just
Oh
just to,
yeah, man.
just to see the chat with you and Dane in between songs, the
Oh yeah, we got
jokes,
a lot going on.
the piling on. That's good stuff, man. Gotta get some laughs every now and then in between songs. I love that. I love
Yeah.
the jokes and everything, just
Oh yeah.
interacting with the crowd. So with the band, people got favorite songs, favorite covers, different feels. What's some of the favorite songs you like to perform with the band?
Well, we do Mr. Magic. It's a uh, what's his name? This is a problem. I get kind of late at night and I start to lose my mind a little bit. Been working all day, but it's uh, 70s funk soul tune. I've been playing it for a long time, and the delivery of the band is really great. So it just feels really comfortable, and I just lay into it and go. But then we do a lot of sort of New Orleans stuff, and some of the meters stuff we do is really, really feels great. The band gets into it, something like Sissy Strut, I mean, it just flies. And then we do another one that we really love to do is the Chicken, which is a Jaco Pastorius tune. Well, so he made it famous. It was written by Pee Wee Ellis, who's one of James Brown's horn players.
Yeah.
But that's a great tune, and the band plays it good, and you just really start laying into it. But I'll tell you what, though, with playing with Dan, and he's really steeped in the blues, really knows like the little tiny details of the different styles of the blues. I've learned a lot about that, and so if we get into a slow blues, I'm in a real happy place then too. It's for real.
The blues, the
Mhm.
jazz, nice gumbo, New Orleans. That's
Got it.
jazz music. That's it. Just goes hand in hand. I love New Orleans for
Yeah,
obvious reasons. I
the
love just
birthplace of jazz, man.
yeah. That's the birth. I mean,
Yep.
just I love it. My dad kind of got me to listen to it at a young age, and
Oh,
then
nice.
once I got older and started hearing for myself, I'm like, oh, now I know. That's the thing with parents. They're
Yeah.
gonna have you do things that you may not understand or comprehend at a young age, but when you get older, it's like, okay, now I feel what they feel because that music is infectious, it's
Nice.
timeless. And whenever you want to get some stress out, man, have that stress reliever. Go put some jazz on, put some
Heck
blues
yeah.
on, and
Absolutely.
you'll feel a lot different after a few songs. Get you some drink on now and then, but you'll feel fine. You'll be fine.
That's it.
So, where are some of the venues that you fellas performing where they can check you out?
Yeah, so we're really lucky. We have some residencies, which is super rare. I don't know. I can't remember. I had a standing gig when I lived in Wisconsin really long time ago, but there's not a lot of standing gigs around here anymore, really anywhere. But we get down at Creo, on Short Street every 2 weeks. It's not always the same people, but we kind of rotate in three different groups now. But for a long time, we were doing every 2 weeks there. But we have Creo down there, and that's great scene. I love the management. All the guys that own it, or everybody's cool down there, and it's got a New Orleans feel. So I like that. And then we go up to Trifecta Barbecue up in Frankfurt every 2 weeks too. And that's a great scene too, man. The guy that runs that, Tony Bryant, super kind, really supportive, and that's been great. And we're just going to start, I guess, April now. We're going to start doing, this is the third Thursday at the Break Room. We played down there for the first time a couple weeks ago, and it was so great. Really, just, I mean, the crowd was awesome, and the owners are great, good vibe in there. And we hadn't been over to that part of, a lot of music happens over there in that distillery district,
Mhm.
and we haven't been playing in that zone, so that was really great to get over there. Good vibe. But so I mean, those are easy shots to get us. We'll be every 2 weeks at Creo or in Frankfurt, and once a month over at Break Room. And but then we'll do like Elixir, and we do a couple of one-offs here and there. Sometimes we'll do the Fish Tank and stuff like that. Yeah.
I do love Creole. I
Oh yeah.
love the atmosphere. Like when you go into there, you just feel like, man, this is the place to be. And when you hear the live music in there,
Hmm.
and you hear the music a lot louder than the other places, you
Right.
know, you know that's the place to be. So
Yeah.
I do love Mr. Creole. Shout out to the owners, shout out to the
Yeah.
bartenders,
Dougie Allen's
shout out to
amazing.
everybody that works there. I love the Creole. That's definitely one of the places to be, especially on the weekends, because they
Oh yeah.
got plenty of stuff happening on the weekend. So support the locals, support your local musicians, support your local artists, and while we're still dealing with this whole pandemic thing,
Yeah. It's
it's
tough,
just
man.
yeah, it took a toll in 2020, and then things are slowly but surely getting back to some sort of normalcy. We still got ways to go, but obviously, making sure everybody's healthy and safe in these trying times that we're in. Um, so Matt, man, just having this conversation, man, just it's been pretty cool. You can check out Big Sugg and the Jazz Funkers. They are on Facebook and they
Yeah.
are on Instagram. So go follow them on both of those accounts. And that's SU, that's two G's,
Yeah.
SUGG. So, if you jazz, blues, old school, give you some new school here and there, they got y'all. They got
Mhm.
a variety of playlists for you all. So they're gonna be in Lexington, they're gonna be in Frankfurt, they're gonna be in some areas in the coming weeks and months. So we'll stop by, say hello, get you some laughs in between, and enjoy some feel good music from the award-winning Big Sug and the Jazz Funkers.
That's right.
Got a nice ring to it. It really
It does.
does.
I love it.
Um, so Matt, man, great chatting with you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm glad we had a very lengthy conversation.
Yeah.
So the
Thanks for
next
having me
time
on.
that we see each other in person, we can keep these
Right.
lengthy
Always be like,
conversations.
hey man, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So, man, thank you for your time, man. Keep doing your thing. Tell the fellas I say hey, and I
Will
will
do.
definitely go to one of these shows and get those
Awesome.
jabs and blues vibes in, and
Very
we'll
good,
go
man.
on from there. So good. Thanks, you man. Enjoy your
Thanks for
night. Enjoy the rest of
having
your
me on, man.
weekend.
Cool.
All right, enjoy your night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, you too, man. Thank you.
Oh, all right. That
I'll
was
see you.
Matthew Polashek from Big Sug and the Jazz Funkers. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram. They'll give you all the shows, everything they're gonna be having in the works. So stick around for that. Let's just wave bye to each other before I
Bye.
end this meeting.